Hi, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Market Focus presentation today on delivering quality across your DevOps pipelines. As mentioned, my name is Howard Jesse. I'm an ADM pre-sales architect here at Market Focus. Just because I'm going to be looking around and just to make sure everything is smooth as possible, I'm going to go ahead and turn my video off now. That way, you guys can be looking at the presentation and not watching me. I like to start out with saying our customers are all in some sort of form of transition. They're all struggling with digital transformations and are having to respond to ever-changing business requirements with speed and quality. Our focus is here to help jumpstart and support you on your journey to those different styles of agile development without throwing out all of your existing tools and while supporting your traditional waterfall or hybrid processes. We help visualize and manage the entire software lifecycle process from end to end, regardless of the methodology or platforms being used. We support the alignment of teams up and down the entire lifecycle, from conception to production. We help teams improve their quality while actually speeding up product delivery times with artificial intelligence-driven test automation and easy integration to your CI/CD pipelines. In short, we help you continuously improve your entire software lifecycle, which can help you be more efficient, improve revenue, and bring more value to the business across your entire organization with integrations, measurements, and business validations. When we think of DevOps, we need to expand our view of quality. It exposes challenges at every stage, and it transcends the concepts of continuous integration, continuous testing, and continuous delivery. Continuous quality strives to improve overall process and practices that achieve better outcomes. As you plan, you need to incorporate quality measurements early in your cycles. The focus here is designed for quality and minimize technical debt from the outset. During the build phase, you can incorporate shift left strategies and manage commit qualities and dependencies. As testing progresses, you need to govern both manual and automated tests, replace inefficient practices with AI and ML-based capacities and capabilities, and achieve visibility across unit, integration, and acceptance and performance testing. Only then can you quickly gauge overall quality in relation to your testing efforts. To evaluate code quality, you need to identify and remediate vulnerabilities and dependencies in application code. By using automated, repeatable application and infrastructure patterns, you can ensure deployment quality, while release quality is improved as you identify process bottlenecks and flow issues for the continuous improvement of change processes. Our concept of quality moves into a more holistic view from a planning release phase with ALM Octane supporting you every step of the way. So how do we do that all here at Micro Focus? We do it all with ALM Octane. We help our customers scale Agile and DevOps practices across their hybrid IT environments, from portfolio management, continuous testing, and release management, with quality and security built in at every step. Instead of ripping and replacing, we enhance and transform your already proven technologies and processes, allowing you to transform at your own pace. ALM Octane helps organizations capture their goals and objectives. We get teams to align and collaborate. We operate the entire lifecycle efficiently with clear visibility into your development progress with traceability and continuous improvement. We all know the software development lifecycle shown here. And for many years, most software was developed in a waterfall methodology. This methodology is still used for some applications, but it tends to be slower and heavy process driven and not very responsive to the needs for rapid change. We have seen that pressures to create and update software has increased many-fold over time. Therefore, the software development methodologies have had to change to accommodate. This has caused many development teams to move to the agile development process where things happen in smaller pieces and often in parallel, allowing for quicker response to business needs and changing requirements. Most of our customers use many of these methodologies shown or a hybrid version of these in combination, as well as one or more recent methodologies to IT value streams. While using different or a combination of methodologies, many customers may be necessary to accommodate your organization's various software needs. It can be a logistic challenge for all of our customers. Our folks can manage across all of these different methodologies and provide a single management solution to tie them all together. You can use ALM Octane to overcome this complexity to create seamless digital transformations. ALM Octane support for different methodologies ranges from Agile, Waterfall, and Hybrid, as mentioned earlier. Our users typically use a blend of methodologies And we wanted to accommodate the need as well as being faithful to the Agile followers. As a result, ALM Octane supports Agile techniques from SAFe, Nexus, Discipline Agile Enterprise, Spotify, and less, as well as waterfall and hybrid techniques. So what are some of the key challenges we all share in a modern software development organization? Alignment, productivity, velocity, technical debt, just to name a few, are challenges I'm sure we are all familiar with. It is said you can't manage what you can't measure. If you don't measure, you have lack of visibility. It is this lack of measurement and visibility that often causes projects to spiral out of control. With ALM Octane, we address those challenges by providing a foundation for a quality everywhere approach, by acting as a central hub from which work can be aligned, from ideation through release, regardless of the number of teams, projects, and locations. Whether you're using common agile planning tools or want to take advantage of ALM Octane's native capabilities, you can trace quality from points of origin, key associations, forwards and backwards, and for auditability purposes. This allows establishing traceability, which not only helps you lower defects, increase efficiency, and reduce risks, but also minimizes and maximizes, the value of your software development initiatives. What helps us do all this at Micro Focus? Again, it's ALM Octane. ALM Octane has the tracking metrics to understand changes or shifts in your current practices. While metrics are essential, gaining insight from your data requires more than just collecting data. You need an observable way to identify things that are likely to happen before they happen. When combined, you have the right feedback loop to continuously improve software delivery. Here's a subset of over 45 common metrics to visualize the development progress and quality metrics, including insights that can be measured with ALM Octane's built-in dashboard templates and widgets for visual, customizable displays of development progress and quality across different application modules. And with insights, you can observe trends, identify bottlenecks, find correlations, and defect anomalies in your development cycle. We also support the use of Open Data Protocol, or OData, for integrating with reporting and business intelligence tools. As I mentioned earlier, ALM Octane embraces an open approach to a broad ecosystem of Agile and DevOps tools for integrations, allowing organizations to gain additional benefits such as ID integration, such as Visual Studio and Eclipse to accelerate shift-left testing, SCM integration, such as Git and Subversion to track committed changes, support for common open source tools such as JMeter, Selenium, and JUnit, CI/CD integrations such as Jenkins, Bamboo, ADO, GitLab to increase automation capabilities, vulnerability and code coverage integrations such as SonarQube and Fortify that foster inclusion of code coverage and security testing in your development lifecycle, and team collaboration integration that improves communication using popular tools such as Microsoft Teams, and Slack. Not to mention the full integration of other Micro Focus ADM tools such as PPM, UFT family, and the LoadRunner family of solutions. You can see the Micro Focus supports the natural integration from PPM, Agile development, continuous testing, release management, to IT operations with ALM Octane as the hub, pulling it all together. We wouldn't have described Octane's complete value if we didn't spend a little more time to show Octane's DevOps integrations more fully. Through its many integrations, you can extend ALM Octane's capabilities by connecting it to other systems you use in your release lifecycle. ALM Octane connects the dots from the various tools, providing a comprehensive end-to-end control of your entire lifecycle. Among the most notable integrations are CI/CD and SCM tools like Jenkins, Bamboo, Azure, DevOps, and GoCD that were mentioned earlier. These integrations bring life to Octane's data by populating build results and providing actionable drill-down outcomes. Additionally, over 50 DevOps integrations exist out of the box that include security, code coverage, test automation, and more that can be built using Octane's fully integrated REST interface. Here's an example of DevOps pipeline overview showing the status of builds, problematic test executions, code coverage, and the trend of pipelines. This central view helps you gain insights into what might be causing failures, poor code quality, and testing defects. ALM Octane gives you the overall view of quality that can help you dive right into results and deliver quality at every step. As part of your DevOps solution, a popular Octane integration involves synchronizing data from two systems, so the same information is visible and editable in either tool. Micro Focus Connect does just that by understanding your schemas of each tool and synchronizing the data. Dozens of third-party and Micro Focus tools have connectors to Micro Focus Connect and can be synced with each other. The comprehensive integration toolkit, it allows you to decide which and what items to sync, what entities, and the direction, either one way or bidirectional. And by the way, Micro Focus Connect is a free utility available to Micro Focus customers who have active support and maintenance agreements in place. It just requires that one end of the synchronization be a Micro Focus tool like ALM Octane. Here's a look at how ALM Octane's native integrations can easily be extended with Micro Focus Connect Core. It synchronizes data and relationships between products and lowers administrative costs by replacing point-to-point integrations with a single integration hub and connector framework. That means your QA team is in the same tool even when other tools differ by team. You have common visibility, traceability, and governance across value streams as data flows seamlessly and stays up to date. Collaboration is increased since you can correlate different fields between the tools, and you can maintain existing investments and assets even as your processes change. Here's a quick visualization of some of the different supported third-party integrations Micro Focus Connect Core has available that Micro Focus provides, such as synchronization integration to Jira, Azure DevOps, ServiceNow, Broadcom Rally, Confluence, just to name a few. You can synchronize items like backlogs and requirements, defects or bugs, as examples of what can be synced between the different tools using Micro Focus Connect. ALM Octane also shares functional and foundational issues with another Micro Focus product, ALM Quality Center. Many customers are already familiar with ALM Quality Center and have used it previously on other projects. ALM Quality Center supports a more waterfall-based focused software development lifecycle and is great for regulated and phase-based software projects. We even offer an ALM test runs integrator for ALM Octane that enables you to run tests in ALM Quality Center and automatically inject test sets and test runs from ALM Quality Center to ALM Octane for complete visible and reporting capabilities. Existing ALM customers can transition to ALM Octane, and we even have the option to share some of the licenses from ALM Quality Center to ALM Octane as well. We mentioned at the beginning, instead of ripping and replacing, we enhance and transform your already proven technologies and processes, allowing you to transform and transfer your information at your own pace. I would like to briefly mention a few of these examples. ALM Octane provides a number of benefits on top of Atlassian solutions. For example, ALM Octane adds value to Jira with our test management for Jira plugin by consolidating quality status and progress across multiple teams without multiple plugins needed. The ALM Octane Jira plugin allows Jira users to continue planning and working in Jira with immediate visibility into the quality process being managed in ALM Octane. This reduces manual effort and the time involved in preparing reports. With ALM Octane, users gain insight into holistic product quality across multiple teams and projects, saving time, effort, and cost by leveraging real-time graphs and dashboards and reports. ALM Octane enables you to track pull requests, as an example, in Bitbucket to get details on their impact on releases and build quality. For example, users can see details on pull requests made in the context of a feature and its user stories, whether it was merged to the master branch, and so on. ALM Octane also integrates with Bamboo as well to retrieve and display the build pipelines that run on Bamboo, triggering pipeline runs and retrieving build run results and commit information, for example. ALM Octane also provides a number of benefits as well on top of common Azure DevOps solutions. ALM Octane extends Azure boards going beyond team management to confidently implement SAFe from the team and program level to full support for large solution level support. Additionally, Micro Focus is a certified SAFe member that continues to support the latest SAFe versions. Beyond the ALM Octane, Octane can also enhance Azure boards to establish full visibility. It helps map dependencies and progress across multiple teams and improve prioritization with weighted shortest job first support. ALM Octane allows you to expand your quality and testing capabilities for Azure test plans by providing test management for exploratory and manual testing and traceability to agile work items. ALM Octane fills in the gaps in Azure DevOps to deliver a more comprehensive quality management solution for enterprise agile teams that include both manual and automated tests with full and seamless traceability, governance with application modules, build and test failure analysis, test execution framework, including both manual and automated, and advanced analytics and project quality release criteria. But to take a step back, and regardless of where your team is on its journey to better quality and faster delivery, Micro Focus is your partner in the transition to a quality everywhere approach. Customers of all shapes and sizes across multiple industries around the world use ALM Octane to transform their practices and accelerate software delivery. But don't just take our word for it. You can see ALM Octane excels for our customers in reporting and dashboards, time and progress tracking, agile planning, CI/CD integration, collaboration, and quality everywhere approach, all while satisfying our customers' transformational objectives, just to name a few. In summary, what makes ALM Octane unique to this market? Over the past several years, we've enhanced ALM Octane with a focus on enabling customers to streamline their software factory to deliver better value, faster, and safer. Some examples of these updates have been advanced AI analytics and insights with new visualization capabilities, allowing customers to quickly analyze trends, identify bottlenecks, find correlations, and detect anomalies, provide visibility to test what matters based on the latest code changes, and increase visibility for development and operations teams. We've expanded the release and process management functionality, allowing you to gain control and visibility of your release lifecycles. We've provided extensive built-in integrations, including the synchronization add-on Micro Focus Connect, which establishes traceability and governance across value streams, lowering admin costs and replacing point-to-point integrations with a single hub and connector framework. We have provided an enhanced user framework interface, providing a modern clientless web-based application supporting better collaboration that makes your work visible at a glance, while leveraging insights to reduce wasted resources, lowering defects, and reducing risks. This combination of capabilities from built-in quality and test management, enterprise-ready DevOps integration, support for multiple agile techniques, powerful dashboards and reporting, all supported by the underlying advanced analytics and insights, makes ALM Octane a powerful and unique differentiator in the agile project management market. So what is the next step though? Earlier you might have heard or seen me mention something about value streams or value stream management. Today we are needing to rethink how software is developed and delivered. Forward-thinking companies are looking to leverage a revolutionary but pragmatic approach called value stream management. Value stream management roots come from the manufacturing space and are now causing us to rethink software development and delivery. Value stream management is a game changer. It enables organizations to track, analyze, and predict resourcing, risk, and waste, and value delivery as a product flow from strategy to delivery, all to achieve a superior business outcome. What we're doing is we're taking ALM Octane to the next level. We call it Value Edge as a SaaS offering. Today, most companies use modern agile and development approaches to software development. For most, there's a pragmatic assumption that things will work as planned. For example, that their strategies will be clear, features will be optimally prioritized, adequate quality and testing will be obtained, and the product that is brought to market will be on target and on budget. Most companies employ a range of tools and a diverse set of vendors to support their software development lifecycle. In spite of this investment in experience, the reality today is that software development is a complex business. Many factors impact the art and science of software delivery that leads to a lot of waiting and rework in the flow, as you can see here. To address these points of friction, new thinking and new approach is warranted. The result of value stream management is a positive impact across the entire software development lifecycle. Done correctly, value stream management can ensure that companies can reduce wait time and rework in the software development lifecycle. VSM has the potential to be a game changer for companies both large and small. The goal of value stream management includes shortening time to market, increasing productivity, improving quality, early risk identification, and optimizing the entire software delivery lifecycle to meet business objectives. Here's a quick look at ValueEdge, its flow efficiency dashboard. Here's a quick look at the ValueEdge Insights, showing an automation ROI report. Here's a fuller look at the ValueEdge platform. You can see there's 3 layers. Insights is the instrumentation level and layer. The acceleration modules are in the acceleration layer in the middle, and the service foundation is at the bottom below the orchestration. Insights is going to give you your VSM metrics across the 5 phases of your digital value stream, from plan over to run. Insights AI-powered capabilities provide the visibility to make effective decisions and improvements that balance value, quality, and risk. And then the acceleration modules are going to be available to you to adopt on your own time and schedule. You can adopt all 7 of them. You could adopt 1, 2, or maybe 3 on your own time frame. And these modules include ValueEdge Strategy, which is used for strategic portfolio planning, strategic portfolio management, and scenario planning of your critical business objectives. ValueEdge Agile, it is used for Scrum management, employing state-of-the-art Agile and DevOps best practices to track app releases, backlogs, and pipeline progress. ValueEdge Quality, which is for quality management, both of your automated quality testing and quality testing that you're doing while managing continuous quality with end-to-end traceability and automated workflow processes. ValueEdge Functional Testing, which is automating all of your functional tests using an AI in order to dramatically drive down the labor requirements. Plus there is our business-centric model-based testing available, testing of mobile devices, and test run optimizations. ValueEdge Performance builds on the unparalleled legacy of LoadRunner for doing performance engineering by virtualizing service loads and emulating real-world user behaviors to ensure enterprise-class performance at scale. ValueEdge Release is for the managing of a release process from code to delivery while automating critical deployment process pipelines. And then ValueEdge Ops is for the managing of the systems in the production by leveraging enterprise service management capabilities to maximize resource utilization and business connectivity and connectivity. These modules run on top of the ValueEdge platform foundational service that address collaboration, automation, integration, security, and compliance, traceability, and the internal data lake with AI that powers advanced analytics for the platform. The integration hub, you can see at the bottom, lets you tie into existing tools you might have, whether that's from us or something else like Jira, Jenkins, Azure DevOps. Here I'm only showing just a handful of the integrations, but there are really over 100 that you can integrate through the integration hub into ValueEdge. Here's a quick view of the different ValueEdge acceleration modules. Some of them should look familiar if you're a current Octane user, or leverage some of Micro Focus's performance or functional testing tools. Here's just a quick last look at our ValueEdge SaaS offering with the different modules shown on the left. As mentioned earlier, ALM Octane is a subset of the entire ValueEdge platform available to you in the ValueEdge SaaS, allowing you to, again, grow into the different modules when your organization is ready. Micro Focus will lead you on your journey from start to walk, run, and fly, whether you are starting with a single ValueEdge module or the entire ValueEdge platform. We have the expertise and guidance to ensure that you can maximize the benefits of the solution while minimizing disruption and cost of adoption. ValueEdge cloud-based system is designed to work virtually with any customer environment with both on-premise systems and cloud-based tooling, or a hybrid combination of both. And now we want to take a look at ALM Octane. So here you can see I've got ALM Octane. If we click on the Octane name, you can see some brief information. You can find out what's new, get to community information, get onto our LinkedIn page, go to our help center, and then go to our marketplace to download some information. If I go ahead and click what I call the hamburger menu, you can see the different modules of ALM Octane. You've got the My Work, dashboards and issues, requirements, backlog, team backlog, quality, pipelines, and releases. We're going to go ahead and start in pipelines because we're talking about DevOps information. So I'm going to go into the overview. And here we can quickly see, based on the pipeline I've chosen, information related to what's been run. Recent pipeline status information, duration information, statuses by pipeline run, failed information, user information. I can find out related problematic tests. I can look at my code coverage. I have information here that I can roll over that's going to tell me based on the different areas of the code coverage available. I can look at some of this information to determine, is some of my problems being related to, maybe a build that's taking longer, or problematic tests. In this case, I can see my builds aren't taking any longer, but I have tests now that have failed. So an example, previously on the last run, number 2, we had actually a good run, a good pipeline and duration time, and then we had good test runs. But now, for some reason, we're seeing failures. All I need to do is mouse over, and I can actually drill in, and I can see information on that on those different failures, and I can continue to drill in. And here I can see information again, what's been passed and what's been failed. I can look at the relationships. I can change my view. So here I can see more of a what we call a chart view, as opposed to the overall tabular viewer. So I can have a graphical view here to see this automation run is how does it link to my user story. This is the automated test that actually has been run. These are the 4 defects that are related to, and it's related to a quality story as well. And again, I can just simply drill into any of these that I might want to get more information on any of that information. So if I wanted some more information on the user story, I can simply drill in. And here's the user story, and I can see how that's related back to the associated feature. And that user story also has automated manual tests related. I can follow back through to my breadcrumb back here to follow back my way backwards. And I can come back to here. And again, back on my overview. One of the things we've incorporated across many of the different areas that we looked at a moment ago is an overview section. So we quickly, in different modules, have an overview that's giving us graphical information on what's happening in that module, not only having it in our dashboard at the main area, which we'll go back and look at in a moment, but in our DevOps pipeline area, I can look at the builds. So here I can see the builds that have happened. I can see the associated tests. And here's one of those tests that we can see that was run. And over here, we can come over here and look at related, the users related to them. And here's some of that information coming back from our pipeline information. We can see the different users. This was a commit message related to defects. I can drill in a little farther. This is a commit message again. Here's some related to development related to quality stories, again, some more defects, user stories. So these are the information that I can help leverage to understand what happened related to this build, what happened, what's going into this build. So from a quality testing person, I have visibility into the build information. So I'm not just getting a build and wondering, what was there, what might have happened. Am I actually getting the right information? My developers should be giving me information based on, what's been changed, but I can actually simply come in here and I can look. I can see what they did when they checked in their code to say, what were their changes for? Their changes were for defects, their changes were for quality stories, new requirements from user stories, all the different information that might be available that I might want to look at here, giving the QA person a lot more information that they can see what's going on and what's related to their, their testing efforts and quality everywhere approach. And then of course I can come in here to logs and I can see log information. And some of that goes back to when I go to my overview, I can see there were information related to failed build classifications. In that log, I saw a reference to environment and some other related information. So what I can do here is also I can see the different pipeline executions that have happened. So I can go ahead and choose the one I might want to see. I can come back here and look at that third build that was a failure. I can just scroll back and again look at my latest. What I can also do is I can go ahead and kick off this pipeline internally to ALM Octane. Oh, not that particular one. I got to go over here. Apologize. If I come over here, I can kick this one off. I can only have one configured at a time for my demo environment. And if I come over here to live summary, we're going to see a little overview here of what's happening. So there may be other things happening besides what I just kicked off. So if you wanted to come into this view, you would have the ability to see what's currently being run. In my case, it's all running in the same system. So you can see it's actually doing something. It's actually kicking off a UFT automated script, hitting our Advantage Online Shopping. And you can see what the other pipelines that have run here, these were related to SCM changes. So those were actually caused, by a change in an SCM system that, related to the change and caused that pipeline to run, which gives us the visibility back into here. And this is finishing up here now. But what that means is if I come back over here and I go ahead and go into my builds and I can look at the latest build, I'm going to move to the forward latest one. And I can look at the tests and I might want to see what might have happened. So I can simply come in here and highlight this information. And I can drill in. And over here, you can see I have integrated Octane with Jenkins. So I can actually drill directly into Jenkins. You can see, I can see all the information by drilling, down into the information, find all the reports and standard output. I can jump back here and I can see the information related to the automation being run. So here's the UFT report information that I can drill into and get additional information. I also have the ability to open the test run report from here. I have the ability to see the relationships. So again, that this pipeline was run and it's related to this user story and it's related to this automated test. So I've got that coverage of the pipeline build that's traversing back into the system of Octane so I can see what was run and it's related to this user story and the automation that was run. So I have complete visibility on the automation being run from the pipeline. What I can do also is not necessarily have to run tests from a pipeline. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of jump around just a little bit so we can kind of see how that can be done. If I come into tests and I go into our quality module, and I simply am going to go up here to see everything. Just as a quick view, I'm just simply looking at all the different tests. You can see that I've got test suites, I've got manual tests. If I scroll down, I've got automated tests. If I scroll down a little bit more, we should see there's some Gherkin tests. So out of the box, ALM Octane supports a manual test and or a Gherkin test. And we also support BDD, behavior-driven development. So in this case, this particular project has a BDD scenario built in. So some of the testing artifacts are related to BDD. What I've got over here is the ability to filter information. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is a quick filter on automated tests and test suites. And if we were looking earlier when I ran these tests, the automated test that ran was actually this test here, this AOS UFT web regression. And this is the test suite that automated test is part of. So if I choose this, you can see I can come in here and I can simply run this. So I don't have to run it from a pipeline. I can actually run just like if you're familiar with ALM Quality Center, right? I have the ability to run automated tests from within Octane. And what I've done is I've actually integrated earlier, like I showed Jenkins. Jenkins has visibility into my Git repository. What I've done is I have my automated tests as well stored in my Git repository that I have Octane integrated to. So in this scenario, I can actually run those same tests And what ALM Octane can do is actually read those automated tests out of my Git repository and give visibility into those into ALM Octane, allowing me to run those tests. And then, of course, link those back to my user stories to flow up into my test coverage. So in the same scenario, I can come in here and do a run. And again, it's all going to run on my same system. So it should pop a window up in a moment. There it goes. And that's it. I ran that test. But again, what we can do is I can go ahead and drill into here. And I can see what was really my relationships to this test. I can see the suite runs. So you can see I just ran this test. Note my time in my environment is a different time zone setup. So this is later in the day. But I can go ahead and drill into that. And then I can continue to look at reports. And from here, I have that same information that you saw me looking at when I was in the pipelines. I can show the Jenkins information. And I can just simply open it too. So here again is that what if you're used to seeing UFT, here's that UFT HTML report. And if I click it, you can see it showing me here. That particular steps that I clicked on home, and it's actually showing me a screenshot. I clicked on home. My other option is simply to open the test run report here. Takes me directly to it. Same thing, right? Clicking on mice, showing me I'm clicking on mice. And if I needed to see information, I've got my build information here. So I've got that integration for my CI/CD side of things related to, in my case, I'm leveraging Jenkins, and I'm leveraging a Git repository for my automated tests. So I can run those tests either through a pipeline automatically or manually in that pipeline, or directly in ALM Octane as well. And then if we simply step back and we come into what makes ALM Octane ALM Octane, we talked a little bit earlier about having visibility, some of the latest things into my work. So if I come here, it's going to show me everything related to what I'm working on or what's been assigned to me. I've got a backlog item. I have test runs related that I'm responsible for. I've got notifications that have been sent to me. I have comments that have been sent to me. So I have complete visibility in all that information. Same thing, I can come into dashboards, and this is configurable based on the user logged in. So I can come in here and you can see we provide these built-in dashboard widgets that we were talking about earlier in the presentation. I can drill into individual ones related to the DevOps and analytics. You can see earlier we were looking at our information related to pipeline failure information, pipeline failure run types, and other information related to pipelines and other information. Plus we have our quality, content planning, and test coverage. One of the nice things that I actually like about ALM Octane is you have the ability to export an image. But I think what's even nicer, again, I suggest keeping everything in ALM Octane and working from ALM Octane and running your, your meetings and all of your information live in a browser. But if you did need to export it, one of the nice things that I like about the export personally is if I open this, not only am I getting the table and a message about my license, summary information. So here's that same graph and the table information and the data behind it. So unlike sometimes other tools, you're simply getting a graph or you're getting the table or you're getting an image. We're giving you all of them in one place, which I think is really great to be able to get that data out if I needed to. But again, I suggest trying to do everything directly in Octane because again, it's live. Run your meetings, run your reports, set your views so other people are able to see what you see. Make it where everyone's looking at the same. One of the nice things too is some of these reports have pop-outs. So if I click on this automation ROI report, I'm getting additional information related to it. The defect resolution time across releases, I'm getting information on it. Daily injection information. and defect resolution. And again, now that I've drilled into this part, I can simply drill into the defects. Same thing if I simply mouse over, there's going to be information that I can get related to those. And you can see I have a wide variety of different widgets that we've included. Everything that's going to help us work from a agile perspective, managing our backlogs, to just simple waterfall working with our requirements. And our test information, here's some information related to our sprints. And if we simply jump back over here and we go into, let's go back into our team backlogs. So here we get an overview here of our team progress. I can go ahead and adjust my releases. So I can come in here and see which release I'm working on, do a filter. I can come in here and adjust my sprints. I can control and look at my different milestones. I'm looking at it now in a variety of views. I can, at the moment, I'm looking at it in a board view, but I can change my view. But one of the nice things I can do in the board view is control how much I want to see. And then I can go ahead and say I want to change it to more of a tabular view. If I go back into the board view, I can come in here and I also can control what's happening. I can see information up here related to, the different information of the ranking, the different storyboard points, all the information you expect in this view. I can go ahead and move things. If this is ready for testing, I can just drag and drop it. I can also drill into information. So if I click on this one, and I want to see the relationship information, you can see here's all the relationship information related to this particular item in my backlog. I can see the different tasks. And again, I can change my view. I can look at the associated tests. And I can see any history of changes. And we were looking earlier again amongst the top up here where you see all the different areas. Typically, a lot of that is all available simply right here as well. So I can come in here and see my tests, and I can see my tasks, or I can simply come back up here and see that same information. And again, all of this is tied together because it's you're supporting your agile development process. So the linkage between all that information is visible and available, as well as all the reporting you may need for it. I'm going to go ahead and go into just my regular backlogs. So if I was going to start out, I can come into overview and I can see how everything's looking. And again, I can set my different release information, sprint, and milestones. I can simply drill in as well. I can come into, say, billing, see information related to billing. I can come in and look at the details. I can look at the associated backlog items and the associated tests. And I can see the test information, the test last run information. And again, I can drill into all of that information, any way I would like. I can simply click into here. I can see this is related to a manual test and a Git test. I can simply look at the test runs. And one of the nice things I can do is here's one of the test runs that failed. I can simply come here to reports, and that test suite that was a combination of different tests being run, they're both in one place. So I can see the culmination of both. In this case, it looks like the first test ran and we couldn't continue because the next test didn't, weren't able to be run. We can see manual test information. We can see the actual manual steps. And we can look at the runs. We can choose an individual manual step. If we come back here to our menu, we go back into our requirements. So if we've got run a project that's waterfall based, then we can come in here and author our requirements. And we can go into manage. And we can see the information related to that. We can see the different associated tests. I come back here to the details and the overview. I'm seeing information related to this folder level. And of course, I can create new documents in any location that I need to. I can go to requirements, create a new one. and it's going to place it where it needs to go. Same thing, tests. I can come in here. I can see the associated tests, and I can see associated defects. And like I mentioned earlier, not only do we have the overview across many of our areas, we have tests across them all. So we have tests, tests, and tests. So no matter where you are, you have visibility to your tests. You have visibility to what tests have been run. You have ability to add, create, modify those tests in the different areas. So we have complete quality view across all the different modules that are out there today. I'm going to go back into quality for a moment. And you can see we also have risk assessment information that's available. It's configurable. So you can go in based on the number of defects that may exist, the number of manual tests that have, may exist that may have not been run, a variety of information that can be configured based on risk. And it can also pull information from your DevOps environment to help you understand, what am I seeing from a risk perspective? And you have the ability to control at a quick view what that looks like. So in my case, I can see some of these are looking good. Some of these have some issues. Some of these, it's got concerns. And if we come back here to storyboards, and we drill into tests, we can see the different manual tests. We can run the manual test. As an example, here's an example of the manual runner. I can simply say this test passed, or I could say it failed. And I could come in here until I wanted to create a defect. In this case, I was linking a defect. I can create a new defect. I can tell it to go ahead and populate information from the description, give it a quick name, my test defect, and go ahead and add it. So I think that puts us at about time. We've covered every area a little bit in ALM Octane. And I think now we're going to open it up for questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Howard. That was amazing. Such good information provided in there. Really appreciate that awesome lengthy overview. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my brain's full. So let's hop into some questions here. We've got a few. So we will start with the first one here. SK was asking, where are the UFT tests executed? Is it an Azure agent or the self-hosted Windows agent?
So when I was running things, I was integrating even the pipeline runs were being run through Jenkins, and actually the one runs that you saw me running from the quality module testing, those are actually leveraging Jenkins as well, tying into my Git repository. So again, one of the things you can do with ALM Octane is link it to your Git repository, and it's going to go ahead and pull references to that automated test out of your Git repository and populate the data inside ALM Octane. At that point, you can then tie those back to your different user stories or your requirements for coverage reasons. The reverse is true too. You can create those tests and make that linkage and put it into your Git repository. So the idea, and then what it's doing, right, is since the tests I've developed, right, were UFT tests, I have got the UFT agent on my machine here. So the integration between Jenkins and UFT is there to be able to go ahead and open UFT and run the test. And then when that test runs, the information goes back into Jenkins, but then gets pushed back up into ALM Octane for reporting and visibility.
Wonderful. Okay, great. You talked about Value Edge as being the SaaS offering for Octane. The question here is, does that mean that Octane is going away?
No, Octane's not going away by any means. What we've done is Octane is going to be our on-prem option, and Value Edge is going to be our SaaS option. So as we continue releases of software that relate to the core Octane functionality, that's also part of Value Edge, The releases of both will be happening at the same time. So any changes that relate to Octane will be delivered into ValueEdge, but also delivered into the Octane that we know and love today. So ALM Octane, as we know it as an on-prem solution, won't be going anywhere. If you are already on Octane today and you have a SaaS initiative, what you would actually be migrating to would be ValueEdge as the SaaS solution with the modules out there that were in the presentation that are related to Octane. So you'd still have your Agile, you'll still have your quality, you still have your dashboard, all those different modules that and the pipeline information. You'd have access to those default modules in ValueEdge, but then it gives you ability to see and grow into the other modules when you're ready. That whole value stream, ValueEdge opportunity that's out there.
Right. Next question is, how can I find out more information about Micro Focus Value Edge and Value Stream Management?
So there's a couple of things. What I would suggest is contact your sales representative. They definitely would like to talk to you about it. Whether you're an existing Octane customer, whether you're an ALM customer, or whether you're new, I would contact your Micro Focus sales representative. If you don't have a sales representative, you can simply, of course, just go to the Micro Focus website, and there should be a link there to have someone contact you. So if you don't know who your representative is, go that route, and we'll contact you back. The other option you have is you can go to the Micro Focus ADM support help site, and on the support help site, you would have visibility and links to all the information on ValueEdge, documentation, videos, information, so you can see what ValueEdge is all about.
Awesome. Next is, you talked about Micro Focus Connect being a free synchronization tool. So how do I get it and set it up?
So when we started, the first screen that I showed for quality ALM Octane was a screen that showed the marketplace. So what you would want to do if you're an existing user of Octane is simply go to that homepage and click the marketplace, or simply do a search and look for Micro Focus application delivery marketplace. And on the marketplace, you'll be able to find information on the Micro Focus Connect core and the Micro Focus add-in options for the different synchronization modules that are available to it. So you can go that route, and of course you reach out to your sales representative again, and or reach out to the Micro Focus website, and have us contact you. One of the things we have available too is if you've got questions and need some help doing it, there's always also Micro Focus professional services who can help you put it in place as well. So we can give you the information on it, but if you need help using it, we can help you there as well.
Great. Just a couple more questions here. You showed a lot of information in the slides and in the demo on ALM Octane and the other topics. Where could I find more information on that?
So that would be through our ADM help site. So I would suggest doing a search if you don't have access already to the Micro Focus application delivery ADM help site. Also, reach out to your sales representative or the Micro Focus website again, and let them know you'd like to see more information. So we did a relatively quick, short demo on Octane, and if you want to see more information, say on Octane or ValueEdge or any of the other associated products, maybe you don't use UFT today, maybe you don't use or have information on the Micro Focus Connect. The help site is great for information, but reach out to your salesperson, and they'll put together a call and a session like we're doing now, but custom for you. So myself or someone else on the pre-sales side would go ahead and put a demo together that matches what it is you might want to see specifically.
Awesome. And then you mentioned integrations to both Jira and Azure DevOps. In order to get more information on those plugins and everything, that's all available on the website as well.
It is. I know I sound like a broken record, but personally, I used to be a customer not long ago, years back. And when Micro Focus came out with their ADM support help site, I thought it was the best ever. I still do today, working for Micro Focus. Often when people have questions, just like we're talking about here, where do I get, that plugin information for Jira or Azure DevOps? And I was your pre-sales rep and working with you, I literally would send you a link from the help site. So you would be able to go there and see, the same information everyone and anyone would give you, and get it the same.
Awesome. We got a question up here from Venue. He says, do you plan to support GitHub Actions for Octane, CI/CD integration, just like Jenkins, uh, Asdo, etc.?
Um, I know that's been a topic that we have. I believe I've heard it mentioned that it's going to be on our roadmap. So while it's not, I don't think is available today. I would have to go out and check our support site, but I think you're right. I think it's not actively available. You're not the first customer I've heard mention this. So I think it is on our radar because people are asking for it. And actually that's what a lot of the new functionality that we deliver into our products is what customers are asking for. So again, one of those links that we had there was the go out to our not just our marketplace, but our communication site there. You have the ability to actually request features. So what I suggest anyone and everyone to do is to go out to those site and say just what you said and say I would like to see that, and it gets posted and our project managers review that information, but it gives visibility to other customers, and those other customers actually can go out there and vote on it. So again, when I was a customer and there was something new that I wanted to see happen, I would go out there and post something. But while I was there, I would start looking around and go, what have people been posting lately? And I'd go, oh, by the way, I want that too. And I would vote for it. And that's how we know what is important to go into our upcoming releases is what do our customers want to see and how many people are interested in it.
Awesome. Looks like we got one more question lastly from Nick. How do you compare to ALM Expert and Helix ALM?
Um, I would say I'm sure we're as capable as all the rest of the tools out there, if not more. I'd like to say. I think that would turn into a bigger topic than we have time to kind of go over here in more details, because again, that's more of a specific comparison that you might want to get some information on. What I would do again is suggest catching up with your support ALM ADM sales representative, and they'll go ahead and get in contact with someone like myself, and we'll go ahead and have a one-on-one call, and we'll just kind of talk about what your interests and concerns about those differences. Because again, like anyone else, people are looking at different tools, and if you've got questions that about comparison, you of course can look things up, but what you find on the web sometimes is not 100%, or maybe it's not even current. I found information that is comparing old versions and new versions. It depends on who posts it. So it's probably best to get information directly from the source. Talk to us directly and ask that question. Say, can you give me more detailed information on the comparison of these? And we can go ahead and go into some detail on that for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Like Howard mentioned, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your sales reps, reach out to us. We will find you the right person to speak to. So thank you so much for everybody today. You'll be getting your emails about the Sugar Wish stuff within the next week. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks so much.
Thanks everyone for joining.